everyone, my name's Harriet from the CoUSCOUS team, and today I'm going to show you how to make tuna couscous. But before we get started, we need to think about our hygiene. So I've washed my hands in hot soapy water, I've got my hair tied back out of the way, got my apron on, and I've made sure that all of my surfaces and my equipment is clean as well. Now the first thing we need to do is to put our kettle on. So always make sure you've got your adult to hand. When you're using kettles or any instruments like ovens, cookers, where you could burn yourself, so just put the kettle on because we need to have boiling water to put into our couscous. And then we need to prepare our vegetables. So first of all, I'm going to show you how to peel and grate your carrot. So just pop it on your chopping board, using your bridge grip like that, hold your carrot and then get your sharp knife, blade down and cut the top off. Always pop your sharp knife down when you're not using it. And then turn it round, do exactly the same at the other end. Next we're going to get our carrot on the flat end and we're going to get our peeler, and then we are going to use the peeler drawing down the carrot towards the board just to get the skin off. Keeping the peeler away from our fingers till all of that skin is off, and then you're just going to pop your skin bits to one side, and then we're going to get our box grater to grate our carrot. Now this is great because it's got a nice wide flat end that you can put on your board and a handle to hold so it's nice and sturdy. And then get your carrot, holding it one end well away from the grater, just moving the carrot up and down to grate it. To apply quite a bit of pressure, you probably won't use all of that carrot. And put the end to one side. It onto your board, and then you can put your hand up into the smooth side of the grater and get any extra carrot down. Okay, then just pop that into your bowl using your hands. And the next thing we're going to prepare are our spring onions. So the easiest way to prepare these is to use a pair of scissors and just cut off the root bit, and then if there's any earthy bits there, after washing them, you can just get rid of those as well. Any bits of onion membrane. And then we're just going to cut them into little slices into the couscous. Again, keep the blade of the scissors well away from your fingers. You don't have to use all of the green leaves. It will give you a little bit of extra flavour if you want to. I'm just going to go into the base of those, not too much more because they are quite strong. Do the same with the other one. And then the next thing we're going to add is our lemon. So first of all we're going to zest it, which just means to take the skin of the lemon off. Now a few ways that you can do this. Ideally you need quite a fine grater, but you can use the grater that you used for your lemon and just very gently draw down, turning the lemon as you go so that you're not getting the white underneath, just the yellow lemon skin off. If you have got a coarser setting on your grater, then you can use that, but I'll show you a good technique in a moment to get that skin a little bit finer once you've grated it off. And then you can just use your scissors again, just on your board, and just snip those a little bit more. Or you could do this in a bowl. It just makes them a little bit finer. And then you can use your hands, get that lemon zest into the bowl, and then we're going to cut the lemon because we're going to juice that. So again, using our bridge hold, across the lemon, blade down, away from our fingers, the knife comes under the bridge, and then we cut it into halves. Now any pips that you've got, if you are using your hands to squeeze your lemons, just get those out now, so that they don't go into your couscous. So if you have a lemon squeezer, like this one, a citrus squeezer, then you can use that by just putting your lemon half on top and squeezing down. If you haven't got a citrus squeezer, it doesn't matter because you can use your hands. I'll show you how. So you're just going to get your half lemon and you're just going to squeeze it. All that juice comes out, just watching for any pips that you didn't initially see, and then you can just pick them out with your fingers or a teaspoon, and you get all of the juice out that way. Once we've done that, the last thing we need to put in are our frozen peas. So just pop those in, and then getting a spoon, we're just going to mix those together so all of those ingredients are combined. So, I'm going to go and get my kettle now. You can get yours. And we're going to measure 200 millilitres of this boiling water. So again, be very, very careful. Make sure an adult is with you to help you. So holding on to the jug, carefully, slowly measure 200 millilitres of your boiling water, and then take your kettle back, get it out of the way, and then we're going to add that boiling water to the couscous mix. And that water is going to soak up into the couscous grains. The couscous is a coarsely ground wheat, semolina, and covered in a wheat flour. Used a lot in African countries, fairly staple in their diet. And then make sure all of your ingredients, particularly the couscous and the peas, are under the water. And then you can either use a plate to pop on top or cover it if you want to make sure it's really tightly sealed. Just pop a little bit of cling film on. And then we just need to wait for 8 to 10 minutes to make sure all of that water is absorbed into the couscous. So whilst you're waiting for your couscous to absorb the boiling water, you can prepare your tuna and your herbs that you're going to add to them, or you can just wait till it's all absorbed, and then you can take the cling film off and using a fork just fluff up the couscous like that. So there shouldn't be any water left, it should all be absorbed. And then you're ready to add your tuna and your herbs. Okay, so my can of tuna has got a ring pull on it. So if yours hasn't, you'll need to use a tin opener. Again, get your adult to be there helping you with that so you don't hurt yourself on the tin. But if you've got one like this, you just lift the ring pull away from you till it's vertical, and then get your finger underneath, very carefully holding the tin. Pull the lid away, being careful that you don't let the sharp edges touch your hands. Okay, and you can just pop that to one side. Then I'm just going to drain this into my bowl. So just let most of that liquid just go into a bowl. You could do this with a sieve, or you could do it with a small colander, so you don't waste any tuna. And then the rest of it I'm going to put into a different bowl. And I'm going to use my fork just to get the rest of the tuna out of the tin. And then using that fork, just flake up the tuna, separating it so you don't get big chunks. Before we add it to our couscous mix. The tuna is a fantastic source of protein. Remember, already in our bowl we've got our couscous, which is a great source of carbohydrate, very low in fat. And we've got our peas and our carrot and our onions, which come under our fruit and veg. And obviously lemon juice as well. So just going to stir through the tuna. It's looking really lovely now. And then just going to add some herbs. Now this can be any herbs. You might have some herbs that you've already got in your fridge, some that you've got growing in the garden. I've just got some chives here, which just look like little green strips. And again, I'm just going to use my scissors just to snip those up. I'm just going to save one, maybe for the top to decorate. I'm just going to use the rest. You could add some basil, just do little snips into your bowl. Don't be afraid to put your scissors down, readjust, so that you keep your fingers away from your scissors all the time. Last few snips. And then I'm going to stir in a teaspoon of some olive oil. So If you've got a measuring spoon, this is a teaspoon measuring spoon, just pop that in there, drizzle it over, and then we're going to stir all that through. Spoon or a fork's absolutely fine, and then you can just get some extra little herbs, just pop them on top to make a little bit of a decoration, and there you have your tuna couscous. So I hope you've had fun making that, but more importantly I really hope that you enjoy eating it.